So I recently worked on a feature film as a boom op, and the sound mixer was a great guy named Victor, and I learned a lot from working with him. I had a good time. He was a great mixer. But he had a Pelican case with all of his stuff in it. We had pretty similar gear, and at the beginning of every day we'd have to pull out this power strip and plug in individual chargers and all these things. And I thought, there must be a way that I can put all of my battery charging stuff in one case. And so that's what I did. I'll show you a little bit about what I have. I've got a 633 with the battery distribution. I'm using these Inspired Energy batteries. I've got a couple of these. I've got some Timecode Systems UltraSync 1s that charge on a USB-C connection. I have things like these Comtex that use lithium ion 9-volt batteries. Got a whole bunch of those. And of course I've got rechargeable AA's that I use in all my wireless mics. And there's a couple of other batteries that I may use. I mean, the 633 can take Sony L series, but I typically don't use those. And if I do, I have a separate charger that I can plug in. I had this extra case. This is a good old Harbor Freight case that I had kind of laying around, and so I decided I would reuse it for this purpose, and I'll show you what it looks like. I've got an extension cord that lives with the case in the inside, and I'll show you how that plugs up. And then on the top here we've just got two of these Powerex AA or AAA battery chargers, and this one from Tenergy, it's a lithium ion 9-volt battery charger. That's a 10-bank charger. And then this is the charger for my Inspired Energy batteries for the battery distribution system. And then I've got two USB-C leads coming out to charge those UltraSyncs. So on the side of the case, I installed this port, which has a little rubber cap, and then allows me to plug in an extension cord. And the other end of the extension cord obviously gets plugged into house power. The battery chargers themselves are just attached with Velcro. So using heavy duty Velcro for all of these to sit on there. This board is actually just an extra piece of material that I had in my shed, and I cut it down to size and then spray painted it black. It's actually not attached on there. It's just held in by gravity. On the inside, this little connection just goes straight to a 18-inch extension cord inside, which plugs into this, one of these little wiggle worm power supplies. And these are great because they give you space for these big bricks. Like these are the two for the AA battery chargers. And then this one is for the 9-volt charger. This one has two built-in ports, USB ports that provide charging for my UltraSyncs. The Inspired Energy charger is actually on this brick, and the plug itself was just a little bit tall, so I used one of these, what they call a Wart Remover, that gives you a right angle output to a plug, and then it also gives you an additional tap on the top, which I'm not using. And then I put these blocks in just to kind of support the edges of the board so that nothing gets crushed under there. I'll go ahead and put this back. I'll plug in my USB for my UltraSyncs. I'll plug in my power for my bag here. That'll start charging up. This Tenergy charger was about $70 or so, and it came with 10 of these rechargeable lithium ion 600 milliamp batteries, so not a bad deal all in all. For my wireless, I'm pretty much using these Loop Pros from Panasonic. And you can hear that fan spinning up. So this is not something that you want to plug in right next to where you're going to be filming, obviously, because it will make some noise. And the noise will calm down after a while. I've got about 16 of these Loop Pros, and then I've got some other lesser brand batteries that I use for my timecode slate. These also charge AAA batteries, which is great for my little DR10s and things that I use on different types of videography projects and weddings and things like that as well. I should note that, like I said, that there is a fan on the bottom, so I ended up just putting Velcro on the sides of these of the fan on the bottom to give it a little bit of airflow underneath, and so not to cover that up. And then it's just a matter of drilling holes for all the cables to come through, and there you go, Bob's your uncle. This little power pass-through, whatever it's called, was great. I found that on Amazon. You just drill a hole in the side of the case, and then 4 screws hold it in. It's they have some that you can wire, but this one just kind of ends in another extension cord in, which is great, so you don't have to worry about wiring and things that I'm not really good at. So I'm sure that in the future my battery needs will change. Maybe I'll get more ultrasyncs. Maybe I'll need different types of batteries for different wireless transmitters and things like that. But I look forward to adapting this and maybe growing it into a different and bigger case in the future with different types of chargers and whatever I need. I'll put links in the description for some of the stuff that I bought for this. If you have a similar setup or something that you think could be done better, then please let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking for ideas of how to make this better. And thanks for watching.